This is the house where Elza and Valencio paid rent to live in.
We had our bed, a burning wood stove because we had no electric.
We suffered a lot in those days.
We worked on the field, we cut grass, we loaded trucks, we worked for others.
It was kind of freelancing. We only received money when there was things for us to do. So it was about 600, 800 reals per month. My wife was very depressed and she took a lot of medications for depression and all because we were suffering.
I was very religious but didn't know God. There was no Grace of God church here in those days. I was in another church. But I didn't know why I went because I didn't understand.
In the year of 1997, Elza starts confronting her misery.
I was in the middle of the field with my husband, cutting the grass. It was New Year's Eve. At midnight, I bowed down near a tree and I said a prayer. I said, Lord, from now on, please give me a house to live in. Every income I receive, I will give you our tithes and offerings. When I said that prayer to God, things started to get better. God started opening a door for us, for me to start selling clothes. I started negotiating clothes. I never studied, but the Holy Spirit gave me directions. I kept studying and I prospered.
In the year of 2000, Elza receives a subsidized house from the government, and they live there for 12 years.
The government had already given us that house. Then we negotiated to sell it, and we sold it. Back in those days, we sold it for 12,000 reais. It was money we didn't have, but through the prosperity that the Lord was putting in my hand, I understood that God was with me.
In 2013, they become members of the Grace of God Church, and Elza receives the calling to become a sponsor.
I started out very slow with only 30 reais, and my boyfriend, it was tough because he didn't want to marry me. I was living in sin. I felt it in my heart. To put his last name on mine because my name was Elza Meira, and that was my single name. So I put Elza Meira Martins. Then 7 months after that, for the glory of God, we got married. The blessings started to happen after we got married. In 2015, we bought 3 acres of land together.
And in 2016, the couple sells 2 acres of land and buys a farm, which she will now show us.
We used to have 2 acres of land here, and now we have 7, so it's a lot of land. From that tree there all the way to that cornfield, those plantations there, everything belongs to us. We didn't have all this land before. Now we have 10 cattle for the glory of God. We have about 300 different birds. And that's where we receive our income.
Everything we plant here grows. God has really changed our lives. He has made us prosperous in a way that only He can.
Everything we have is already paid off for the glory of God.
Today, the couple owns 2 homes in their city, one for them to live and the other to rent out. They also have their own car, a small truck for rural work, and the farm. And there is no more room for sadness.
Today, when I come here to the farm, people see me and call me as Mrs. Elza. And all this happened after I started sponsoring the Faith Show.
She is very faithful to God in her tithes and offerings. And we are very thankful to God, right? It was a victory.